It's your boy Young Love. I give him that time. Pancho leg stand and punchy America. Banyi doll, Pancho leg stand and punchy America. Banyi doll, walk on your leg. Kankara water no watching. Oga leg gear power leg. Panda with ya punchy America. Panya doll banno. Chingatonga pandon kujura by a check out. Patu panda gear with ya be doll venting. Stand up punchy America, Banyi doll, Pancho leg stand up punchy America, Banyi doll, walk on your leg, Kankara water no watching, Oga leg, gear power leg, Panda with ya punchy America, Panya doll, Chingatonga pandon kujura by a check out, Patu panda gear what ya be doll venting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are tuning in today. You are highly welcome in the same program that we normally run. In the studio today, this afternoon with us is our usual guest, Mr. Edmund Yakani, the Executive Director of CEPO, will be addressing us to brief the public about the flooding that is affecting some part of the country. Mr. Edmund, welcome to Lagos State Media again, my brother.
Thank you very much for providing me this opportunity, and as usual, sharing some of the public concerns that are related to matters of our public interest or to our citizens. So as you know, recently I've been traveling across the country, mainly watching and trying to assess the situation of the flood. So thank you for hosting me, and also thanks for your audience who may be following this particular session that today we're focusing at the impact or implication of the floods on our population. Thank you very much.
Okay, you are welcome. Mr. Edmund, as we can see, how floods has affected some parts of the country badly. We lost some lives, and displacement in some areas is rising. What is the requirement from the affected mitigation of the flood?
Thank you very much. Maybe I need to provide an overall situation analysis. Where are we now with the floods?
Yeah.
We have 5 states badly affected with the floods. And those 5 states that are badly affected by the floods, almost all the counties are affected. There's no county that is not affected by the floods. And of course, and also those 5 states that are affected with the floods are the populated states of South Sudan. So if I can name for you the states, Northern Bahar Ghazal State, we have Warab State, we have Unity State, we have Upper Nile State, we have Jonglei States. Remember, these are populated states that we have to bring to the attention of our audience. These are 5 states that are badly affected. So we expect other states to be more also affected, like Central Equatorial State. Some parts of the Equatorial State may be soon also affected with the floods. But also, these 5 states that are affected with the floods are the states that it hold a big, large population of livestock. So it means also, as population is affected, livestock has been challenged. And this means what? This means for human life, the situation in these 5 states is that human beings are being, or people are being displaced from their residency, which are in lowland. They have to move to a highland. And in these states, there's a few highlands that exist. So they have to compete as for human benefit, the small highlands there. But as I said, it's not only human beings who are affected, also livestock is affected. So there's a condition between having a highland for human settlement but also for the settlement of the livestock in these 5 states. But also it means for human beings, extra cost is going to be there in terms of waterborne diseases are going to increase in these states, and the incidence of snake bites are already increasing, and vulnerable population are subject to lose their lives due to the huge amount of water. Elderly, but also
the network is cutting a lot. We can't hear you properly. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, hello. Yeah, can you hear me? Yakani. The network, you looks like the network is cutting on your end, and we lost Yakani. Will come back to come and brief us. This is a serious issue, humanitarian programs. Now we need to talk more about it. Here it comes. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, the network is a bit disturbing, my brother.
It's a bit cloudy. It's a bit cloudy. So my conclusion is that both human and livestock is really facing a risk in the face of those floods. And also one thing that I can conclude with is that, remember, out of these 5 states affected, you have Jongole State, you have Unity State, you have Upper Nile states, have a population of IDPs. Now the floods are also affecting IDPs. And specifically, I've seen reports about the IDPs came in Jongole is already affected with the floods. And likely Upper Nile may witness the same, or Unity. And remember, IDPs is a huge population that have a very poor infrastructure in terms of shelter. So it's going to be a bit problematic. So I think for me, it's a high time for the leadership at the center in Juba to really have a national conference to discuss the implication of the floods, if the floods are to continue and if the rains are to continue. So I think for me, it's a high time for political leadership to sit at a round table and discuss, because we have seen a tour of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. This is only a visit, is a field assessment, but we need a round table where huge political decisions have to be made in terms of allocating funds to respond to the possible implication of the floods that may affect both human and livestock in those 5 states badly affected with the floods. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, we have seen the minister have been visiting the affected areas. We thought that what will be the outcome of the result, that the support that they could provide to the needy one. For example, in terms of the health, the outbreak diseases, and the sheltering, as you mentioned, some food. And if the government didn't reach out to talk about the NGOs, is there any NGOs that is in the field helping this needy one?
Yeah, there are few humanitarian agencies, both from UN agencies and international NGOs and now NGOs, that are providing a drop of assistance. I can't really call it as a adequate assistance. I can call it as a drop of assistance to our affected population. But also for them to really have a proper fundraising is also when the state acknowledge that these 5 states are affected by the floods, and now the floods have become a national disaster. Because I think official declaration of these floods as a national disaster by the political leadership of the country, it opened a diplomatic engagement, because until when the leadership of the country declared as a national disaster, then you will have a diplomatic response for the diplomatic missions that exist, and some of these diplomatic missions can work out with the humanitarian assistance. And remember, we have recently seen a lot of humanitarian assistance donations coming to the country from US. It's around 117 million. EU with about 29, and there's Japan with 9 million. So there's quite a number of recently donations that have been given to WFP when WFP suspend humanitarian assistance in South Sudan simply because of that. But then the demand is increasing. So I think the government need to take responsibility to call it official as a national disaster, but also as government declares a national disaster, the government need to put some value of SSP into the declaration of national disaster. How much do the government put on the table to motivate other people? Because we are not a broke state. We have the oil money that is coming, and that's why the motorcade of the political leadership in terms of presidents are running daily. None of them is being packed. So we can suspend at least out of those 7 motorcades. We can pack 2-3 motorcades fuel expenses, and we put them on the table to motivate others for us to respond to our flooded affected communities effectively. Oh, hello.
Yes, hello.
Bro. Yes, I'm required somewhere. Let me just respond and come.
All right, then, no worries. Yeah, thank you so much. How long will it take you? Okay, yeah, it's all right. All right. As we are listening from Edmund Yakani, we have seen and I heard from him the situation that our people are going through is really a very bad situation, and we need the government intervention to help out because everything you need to start first, and then the outsiders can come and join hand with you. And that thing is not the case at this stage. So while we're waiting to our brother Edmund Yakani to come and finish his briefing, I would like to play some music such that we can wait for him.
Sudana, Belena taban min zaman ya Rabbuna. Jali chuk ayana Belena mamurta Sudan mujaja mafira alaina. Jalna maidin bainana Rabbuna. Belena taban min zaman ya Rabbuna. Jali chuk ayana Belena mamurta Sudan mujaja mafira alaina. Jalna maidin bainana Rabbuna. Belena taban min zaman ya Rabbuna. Jali chuk ayana Belena mamurta Sudan mujaja mafira alaina. Jalna maidin bainana Rabbuna. Ya Sudan ya kwana jidel kumbale fiu mushakil talmi tenderda. Mitenda, mitenda. Ya Sudan ya kwana jidel kumbale fiu mushakil talmi mitenda, mitenda. Sudan ya kwana jidel kumbale fiu mushakil talmi mitenda, mitenda. bingay dajan kum ya Sudan, shit el kum ya Yama, shit el kum ya Yama, Rabbana beside. Ana bingay dajan kum ya Sudan, shit el kum ya Yama, shit el kum ya Yama, Rabbana beside. Our blood bleeding in Sudan, Lord our God, come and complicate our land, not comport. Sudanese are finished because of war between us. Our children terminate among of other law. Our blood bleeding in Sudan, Lord our God, come and complicate our land, not comport. Sudanese are finished because of war between us. Our children terminate among of other law. You Sudanese, be careful, we all have problem. When will I be happy? And then be happy. When will I be happy? You Sudanese, be careful, we all have problem. When will I be happy? And then be happy. When will I be happy? I'm crying about you. Sudanese, be careful, my people, who take care of my parents. God bless you. I'm crying about you. Sudanese, be careful, my people, who take care of my parents. God bless you. Arzidamna jinubda, yautu shaifinu, alela jinubda fiyadana. Yalla ya kwana. Di Sudan jadid, kejauhlena salam. Arzidamna jinubda, yautu shaifinu, alela jinubda fiyadana. Yalla ya kwana. Di Sudan jadid, kejauhlena salam. CEPO مشاكل بيناتكم هاي من زمان في جنوبنا. في ناس كتير بموت سنبلة عليه لما في عيدل بموت سنبلة. السودان سلام يجمل قلوبنا ما دايرين تبرقة دمنا واحد فربنا واحد ما في قبلية بيناتنا. CEPO مشاكل بيناتكم هاي من زمان في جنوبنا. في ناس كتير بموت سنبلة عليه لما في عيدل بموت سنبلة. السودان سلام يجمل قلوبنا ما دايرين تبرقة دمنا واحد وربنا واحد ما في قبلية بيناتنا.
والله شكرا جزيلا جوردن كونغ بأغنى اللذيذ. This is really very touching song that will love and we will never forget. And it is true. Your prophecy has come to the reality that we in the country, we are facing a lot of challenges. The debt is still there, a lot of problems, flood, natural disasters, man-made problems. They are facing our people. The public and our viewers, our brother Edmund Yakani is not yet coming up. I was called in another meeting, I don't know. I was waiting for him to come and finish the interview with him. But unfortunately, it's not in here now. I would like to say, pass my apology to all the viewers because we were about to ask him several questions, and he has mentioned some already, and we got a few that is about to answer. Unfortunately, he left. The network is affecting him where he is as well. And he was asking that he might come back, looking for a place where he have a good internet or network that he can join us back again. So I would like to end the show here. If he comes up again, we'll let the public know. We will come back again live and we will finish the interview. Thank you so much for being with us and staying tuned to Lagos State Media for any breaking news, the things that are happening back home and neighboring countries as well. Thank you. Have a good night, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in. God bless you. Thank you.
It's your boy Young Love, I give him that time. Pancho legs stand and punchy America. Banyi ban pancho legs stand and punchy America. Banyi ban walk on the lake and carry water no watching. Oga level leg gear pow very leg. Panda with ya punchy America. Banyi ban no chingatongo pandon could you ever buy a check out. Papu panda gear what they be $20. Stand and punchy America, Banyi ban pancho leg stand and punchy America, Banyi ban walk on the lake and carry water no watching. Oga level leg gear pow very leg. Panda with ya punchy America, Panya ban no chingatongo pandon could you ever buy a check out. Papu panda gear what they be $20.